she'll be giving us more of the updates tomorrow. But in that same breath, the planned protests over the rising wave of abductions across the country failed to materialize in Nairobi today, despite a strong push by activists calling for urgent government intervention. Some activities were witnessed in Nairobi's Central Business District, with activists falling victim of arrests by the police. Our reporter Vera Mora was in the Nairobi CBD and filed this report.
As dawn broke, the city was poised for what was expected to be a day of intense demonstrations. However, as the morning wore on, the anticipated turnout of protesters failed to take shape. Key locations that had been marked as gathering points remained largely deserted, with only a light police presence observed in the areas. Despite the fervent appeals from activists and human rights organizations, normalcy prevailed on the streets, leaving many puzzled by the low turnout, especially after social media was abuzz with trending hashtags and calls for action. A few hours into the afternoon, a small group of activists assembled to issue a public statement, highlighting the rising concern of abductions and demanding that the government takes immediate and decisive action.
3 bodies were collected on Saturday. We want them to tell us whether they abducted themselves and kidnapped themselves, and then they killed themselves and they took themselves to the mortuaries.
It's completely unnecessary. There are parents who are languishing, who have not been able to sleep because they don't know where their children are. And that no parent should ever have to go through what they're going through. On their behalf, we ask that their children be released.
In response to the ongoing protests, the clergy and various political leaders have asked the government to openly address the issue and ensure the safety of Kenyans.
Not only in abduction, but every a Kenyan citizen, the government ought to take care of that, to provide the dignity, to provide all the means possible to secure that life.
This is a matter of life and death. Take it seriously, don't politicize with it, and do not permit politicians to run the security sector of our country.
Cartoon inafanya mtoto umesomesha akamaliza university auawe.
Kama mtu amekosea, ashikwe, apelekwe kotini, aandikishiwe mashtaka, lakini asikosekane.
Youths in other counties such as Mombasa also attempted to stage protests but were quickly dispersed by police.
Wale wote walioshikwa na kupotezwa warudishwe wote, ndio maandamano itasitishwa. Lakini tunavyozungumza, maandamano itaendelea kila Monday.
Kama serikali ingetaka watu wasifanye hizo vituko wanafanya kwa mitandao, wangewapa kazi wakuwe busy.
Earlier this year, activists including Busia Senator Okia Omtata held a similar protest in Nairobi CBD, which saw several of them arrested and detained.
Victory is assured. Don't.
Several factors may have contributed to the unexpected low turnout. Reports suggest that heavy police presence and the threat of potential clashes may have contributed. There are also concerns that the fear of being targeted, especially in light of the recent abductions, played a significant role in keeping people away. Despite today's setback, activists remain undeterred. They are already working on alternative strategies to sustain public pressure and keep the abduction crisis top in the national conversation.
Down with abductions, down!
Down!
Down with police killings, down!
Down!
Down with police...
Vera Mora, KTN.
Down with abductions, down!
Well, thank you very much, Vera Mora, for that update. Now, this story sets the stage